What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. From my previous video, you saw that was broken. Now it's back on the car and all welded up. It's right there. Shout out to SP. They got me in. I totally forgot these things were weldable because obviously people weld in fittings on this. I totally forgot about that. That night, this whole thing that happened, I was looking at billet covers for some reason and trying to basically replace this whole thing, the whole situation that I went through. So Velcro is back on. It was welded by SP. Thank you again, SP, for getting me in same day. And then my leaking issue, I thought I had resolved it. Right now it's not leaking. The reason why is because when I got it back, I got it running. I had some issues in the table where I had the wrong injectors on and wrong dead times on. So I got it running. Now it's running rich. So I'll get into that in a little bit. I found out that it was still leaking. It wasn't this valve cover. It actually was the driver's side valve cover. It was leaking from the back. So I took the valve covers out, both of them. Obviously, this one was already out after the whole leaking process and stuff. So I put some Toyota Fibbage on there. In the back a little bit, and then a little bit on the back on that as well. Cleaned it up, make sure everything is good. It's not cracked or anything like that. Now, it's not leaking so far. I had the car running for about 10 to 15 minutes just to get it warmed up. I double-checked I'm just double-checking. I double-checked, again, the timing, make sure that it's not changed because the injectors, we originally saved it. It didn't save, so I want to make sure that was already that angle, the 10 degree, was also saved. So that is correct. So this situation is completely fixed as of right now. There's no leaks right now, so I'm gonna keep monitoring that as we go, as I keep running the car and potentially when I start driving this car. I will be replacing the valve gaskets on this. They were brand new when I bought it a couple of years ago or so. I wouldn't think they would go bad. I would assume that I didn't tighten the bolts correctly. So got that process down. Number two is I've been trying to get this car to read one table. Right now it's reading two tables, which is the V1, V2. One of them is E85 mixture and one's pump gas. And as you can tell, I got 3 gallons of fuel pump stuff, the fuel stuff. 2 of those yellows are actually E85s. They're completely full. They got about 12 to 13 gallons of fuel, and the red one's basically empty. I just went to the gas station, filled it up with pump gas. Still reading 14% now, which is annoying because I went from 33 to 14%. I'm thinking, should I even fill it up even more with pump gas? Maybe that'll lower the octane reading to less than 10% or less. That's what I'm hoping for. Brake situation, guys. I did get the hose fixed. I don't know where I put the hose. It's here somewhere. It's right there. The hose actually collapsed, not the caliper. Caliper did not lock up. It actually was the hose. The hose was not feeding through the fluid through it. Luckily, I had the 2 hoses. I originally bought James Ward's ABS complete kit, not just the ABS in the front, but the whole front and back brake lines as well. And I ended up using the rear ones, not the front ones, because I have a big brake kit. So I ended up swapping this out. I do have some issue with this at the moment, or I shouldn't say an issue. We're just clarifying some things. But everything is installed. I can go ahead and start bleeding the process, bleeding pretty much all the lines, and I got to get the front calipers, actually the Wilbur calipers, to actually build vacuum and have fluid come through it, because I didn't have a bench press to test that out. So I'm gonna have to do it in the car. That's my new caliper, which I thought it was a new caliper. The caliper was locked, but it wasn't. It was actually the hose. So I got to go return that to O'Reilly's. That was a brand new caliper. It's $100. So I should be getting that money back. So the lines are fixed each side. I replaced the other side as well because obviously these are 30 years old and this side collapsed. So new lines in the back, new lines in the front as well. So this is the line that I got with the kit. This was the Resolution Robo kit. So it's a 4-piston, 13-inch rotor. So that's the situation with the brakes for the rear, and I gotta go ahead and completely bleed that out. Suspension, I got the 2 pieces. Everything's bolted back on the car. I just gotta tighten the bolt. Everything is, the suspension wise, is brand new besides the bushings, which I'm debating on dropping the rear subframe maybe this winter and rebuild the diff, and as well as the bushings. I have the bushings also in the box, but I'll see. After this whole process, I don't feel like maybe dropping this maybe next winter. So that's that. That's the update. I'm hoping that no more issues. I did get my can for the coolant, so I'm gonna go ahead get, hopefully in the next day or two, I'm gonna go ahead and get that mounted, get the hood mounted back on here, get the tires, my brakes completely bled, and bolts completely bolted down back there, tightened, and then put the wheels on and drop the car lower, and possibly push it out of the garage just a little bit, just so I can clean the whole garage. So the next day or two, hopefully, wish me luck, guys. I'm hoping that I can get this car soon on the road with the after alignment. It's just right now I'm dealing with that pump gas stuff. I want to make sure that the car reads one table, not two, because it's reading two mixed blend, and it's frustrating because I don't know how to tune, but I can lower the fuel on one of the tables just so it doesn't run rich. So that's what I'm dealing with right now, but it's not a huge issue. It's not an issue at all. It's just it's a matter of tune, and I want pump gas in the car. So hopefully very soon, crossing fingers, stay tuned.